Yeah, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Akash, happy noon. Ready, good. Ready, it's not good morning, it's a good afternoon. So I'm audible right now. Display and voice all clear for YouTube students. Then, okay, guys, without let we start with our class. So SPMBV chapter under which group? Group 3 or group 4? It's a silly question, sir. Under, na? Yes or no? So when it come to group 4, so we have a 4 subject. Even the 4 subject, I am focusing only on the one subject name called paper 20. So in previously in whole syllabus or whole resume, we have only one subject, paper 20, strategic performance management and business valuation. When it come to 2022 new syllabus, they provided a optional paper, elective paper. The meaning of elective and optional paper means in the same kind of thing in CA also. But on that elective paper, it's an open book exam. But lot of students don't aware about this in a CMA final. They also feel that paper 20 is a open book exam. So here L2 paper means not a open book exam. They provided 3 options. Paper 20A, paper 20B and paper 20C. Out of these 3 papers, you can opt any one. So as a faculty, my suggestion, go with the paper 20A. We have a multiple reasons to choose that paper 20A. Why? Because of our old resume, we know the trends, what happened in past. That's why we can easily predict. That's the first reason. The second reason is when it coming to this subject is linked to other subjects in group 3. For examples, SFM. So valuation is linked to SFM. There is one of the chapter name called economic efficiency in this SPM chapter. The same chapter is linked to your SCM, maximum minima. So, and also there is another advantage. There is a chapter name called valuation of assets and liabilities that is linked to your CFO. Yes, sir. Because of because of these multiple advantages, you have to pick this paper 20A. It will give you more marks. When it comes to exam standpoint of view, so group 4, lot of students feel that it's a easy, we can easily crack. Yes or no? Yes, I agree for that. As well as in this group 4, there is a 2 papers. One is paper 20A, another one is cost audit. It will give a huge marks. With help of the 2 subjects, you can crack your all India rank as well as both group clear. So that extra marks it will advantage to you. Are you clear, sir? Not only SPMBV but also cost audit. Now, when it come to SPMBV, Out of that 100 marks subject, 50% occupied by strategic performance management, another 50% occupied by business valuation. Now, when it come to SPM, here it is again out of 50%, 50% for theory point of view and 50% for practical point of view. That means problems. When it come to BV, 100% practical. That is nothing but problems. That is the core advantage student have. Are you clear, sir? So when it come to theory point of view also, you need not to learn all theory questions. So there is some specific kind of areas. If you have a conceptual clarity on the theoretical content, you can write in your own words. Are you clear, sir? They not expect same answer as per board book. They will expect how much you know about that concept. So if you write that sentences with the examples, you can easily answer. Okay. Now, when it comes to list of the chapters, for SPM purpose, you have to learn chapter number 1, Introduction to Performance Management. Chapter number 2, Performance Evaluation and Improvement Tools. And the third chapter is Economic Efficiency. And the fourth chapter, Enterprise Risk Management. So don't worry about the name of the chapter. If you observe the deep insights of the chapter names, in your paper 20A, from here you will get a 7 marks direct theory question. Direct theory question. When it comes to performance evaluation and improvement tools, you will get 2 7-mark question. And 10 marks case study. You can observe. If you understand clear about the second chapter, you will get how many marks? 24 marks. Without MCQ. I'm explaining about without MCQs, not with MCQs. Now, when it comes, if you are lucky, you will get 2 7 marks are problematic. Are you clear, sir? If it is a bad, one is theory question, another one is practical question. Sir, what the case study it is? So you know already question paper pattern of a final standard. So they will give 15 MCQs, one is 2 marks, total 30 marks, right? When it comes to cost audit and SPMBV kind of subjects, they will ask 10 MCQs first from different chapters individually. After 10, they will ask one case study for 5 MCQs, 5 to the 10 marks. Are you clear, sir? Now that's the mean of this 10 marks case study. So they asked 3 times. The 3 times they asked from chapter 2 case study only. Are you okay? Now, when it comes to economic efficiency chapter, here you will get only one question, 7 marks question. It also be a problematic, not theory. Pure problematic from based on lost trends. In every item they're asking only one question, that is a problematic question. Now you can observe the enterprise risk management from this chapter. So you will get 2 questions, 7 marks and 7 marks. One 7 marks is theory, another 7 marks is problematic. Are you clear? Now students are thinking that, sir, we are not ready to waste my time on investing on that SPMBV paper. Last moment itself I watch marathons or revision series, I will crack that SPMBV. Yes, I will agree for that. But if you rely only on marathons and revision classes, you will get only 40 to 55 marks only. You can easily pass and you can get only 55. But getting a 55 in SPMBV is the worst thing. If you focus detailing, if you focus on conceptually, if you learn, if you follow the regular classes, trust me, you can achieve easily 70 plus marks. Are you clear? Just imagine if you get a 70 marks in SPMBV and 70 marks in cost audit and 50 or 60s in CFR and IDT, automatically it score itself near to 300. Are you clear, sir? That extra marks will carry to what? Group 3. Yes sir, no? So that's why my sincere suggestion, if you are a first time listener, don't rely on marathons and revision classes. If you already learn, if you know the concepts, then you can follow the revision classes or marathons. That will help you. Okay. Now, so you can observe in SPM, I already said 50% is theory, 50% is practical. So you can observe here one practical problem, second practical problem, third practical problem. Very clear, sir? The 3 also predictable. Out of 3, you know one concept, DuPont analysis. Listen, you know the DuPont analysis? I think it is in CMA Inter FM. DuPont analysis, return on equity calculation. Repeatedly asking same question. Are you okay? Now, so this is about SPM. Now when it come to these 2 questions is there na, economic efficiency and this problematic part in 4th chapter, that also very easy pattern of questions. Are you okay? So there is a topic name called maxima minima, economic efficiency. If you know the total cost definition, variable cost definition, fixed cost definition, so they are not given a values point of view, they will give an equation mode. You have to convert that equation mode into values. Are you okay? Now, so part B, business valuation. In this business valuation, chapter number 5, fundamentals of business valuation. The name itself saying that fundamentals of business valuation. But if you focus other than my material, you will easily confuse it, sir. Why? Because what are the topics they have in a fundamentals? They segregated in multiple chapters. You can watch fundamentals of business valuation and methods and approaches of a business valuation in your board book. It will be replicate. So few topics will be similar in approaches. The same topics covered in fundamentals. You have a confusion area. That's why I segregated all fundamental topics or all already you known topics like CMA inter topics. I arranged in this chapter name called fundamentals of business valuation for easy purpose. Are you okay? It happened only in our material. If you observe the board book, there is a replicates. Now next chapter number 6. Generally as per board book, your chapter number 6 is law and compliances. Law and compliances. So it is not a that much of important for exam point of view. It's not that much of important. That's why I sent that chapter 6 into in chapter called chapter 9. Are you clear? In chapter 5, in our material, there is a chapter name called methods and approaches in valuation. Next, chapter number 7, valuation of assets and liabilities. So this lot of topics covered in your CFR as well as SPMBV. Next, chapter 8, mergers and acquisitions. mergers and acquisitions. In whole syllabus, this mergers and acquisition chapter itself gives a 30 marks. If you only learn mergers and acquisition, out of 100, how many marks you will get, sir? 30 marks. But when it comes to the new syllabus, we are not getting that much of marks. So on an average, we are getting only 14 marks. It means they will ask only 2 questions. Sometimes they will ask 3 questions. On that time, you will get how many marks? 21. It's a backbone of the valuation, mergers and acquisition. Very clear? Next, after the mergers and acquisition, there is a last chapter name called chapter number 9, law and compliances. Law and compliances. So you know already DT as well as law. So in that areas, some provisions are relating to this valuation in PGBP. Very clear? And a law point of view, valuation, security valuation, etc. That all provisions are covered in this area, law and compliances. Till now, till date, 5 attempts are completed. And that 5 attempts, even they are not asked single MCQ. Very clear, sir? We have only 3 problems. And that 3 problems, 2 is one model, another one is different model. If you learn that 3 models, that is much more enough. Don't focus on the theory area also. Why? Because you already well in law as well as DT. With the help of that law and DT knowledge, you can easily write that theory question if they ask. Now, wait, some students are commenting here. All clear. Sir, kindly provide the notes which you are presenting in the class. Yes, sure, sir. Akash, I will share this notes every day in group. So this is the chapter list, guys. Now when it comes to this marks point of view, listen carefully. From these fundamentals of business valuation, you will get a 7 marks. If you best in your CMA Inter FM without regular classes of SPMBV, you can easily answer that chapter 5 question with the help of only CMA Inter financial management knowledge. That too, chapter name called cost of capital, capital structure, ratio analysis. Okay. Now, when it comes to chapter 6, from here, maximum of the times they will focusing on 7 marks one question. In rare cases, they will ask another 7 marks. Rare cases only they will ask 2 questions. On an average, the pattern is 7 marks only. Now, when it comes to valuation of assets and liabilities, here you will get 2 7-mark questions every attempt. Next, when it comes to mergers and acquisition, I already told. So minimum you will get a 2 7 marks. If you are lucky, you will get a 3 7 marks. Okay. Now from this chapter 9, law and compliances, you will not get any marks. Are you okay? Now let us talk about our SPMBV, some more points, how much it is relevant in our practical in our after completion of CMA. It's a beauty of this subject you have, sir, in a CMA level. Even CA students don't know about this valuation. Very clear? So in a CA final level, they will give 2 chapters called valuation of securities and mergers and acquisition, but they don't know about the basics to standard. They just know about the 2 topics only. But as a CMA student, you only know what is valuation, where it starts, where it ends. Very clear? It is one of the career course in outside the CMA. Valuation practitioner. Very clear, sir? But our CMA Institute launches this paper 20A in CMA itself. It helpful in your practical exposure after completion of the CA. Okay. So if you focus on the valuation, how they happen, why we are doing that valuation, you will get some more clarity for your future purpose. It's not a subject, it's a career, my point of view. Are you okay? Now, so this is the chapter related issues. Now let us focus on the exam point of view, trend analysis. The exam point of view, trend analysis. From June 23 is our first new syllabus starts, and December 23, June 24, December 24. So this analysis I done at a previous attempt. That's why June 25 I used a expected. Very clear. Let us we cross check with the reality what happened also. Now you can observe question number 2A. So it's the trend, sir. Question number 2A. So it came from chapter 1 and the 23 attempts just forgot about the 23. Why? Because in the new syllabus they don't know the how to create a question paper. Very clear. So only June 23 we have a 8B questions from 2 to 8B. So there is a no proper trend, there is a no proper way of presentation of the question paper. They will create it just for that immediance and importance. But when it comes to, if you learn the trend, exact trend, you have to focus on December 23, June 24, December 24. Now the reality fact, June also. Very clear. So why? Because June attempt completed, na? Okay, done. Now when it comes to just forget about the June 23, just we are focusing on December 23 onwards. From December 23, first question 2A, it came from chapter 1 theory. Next, when it comes to June 24, chapter 2, it came from theory. When it comes to December 24, chapter 1 came from theory. Now here the expected is chapter 1 theory, but when it comes to the reality, chapter 2 theory is the reality. Last attempt. Now, when it comes to another trend, for question number 2B, what are the areas I have to focus, sir? For question number 2B, always chapter 2, either they will ask theory question or problematic. Chapter 2, theory or problematic. Chapter 2, theory or problematic. Are you okay? Now, the trend is only theory they are focusing. In December itself, also they are asked a theory question, but when it comes to the reality, they will ask a chapter 1 theory. Any changes here? Any changes? They just shuffled. It means you can easily predict the question paper of 2A, 2B. You have a 2 theory questions, either from chapter 1, one question, chapter 2, another question. Guys, clear? Now 2 completed. When it comes to 3, chapter 3 problem, chapter 3 problem, chapter 3 problem, reality also chapter 3 problem. Are you clear, guys? Are you okay? So what's the trend of question number 3A? Problematic, it came from chapter 3. Now when it comes to question number 3B, so sometimes they will ask chapter 4 theory question, chapter 4 theory question, chapter 4 theory question, chapter 4 theory question. Sometimes they will ask chapter 2 problematic. Are you clear? That is expected. When it comes to the reality of June, here also chapter 4 theory question. Chapter 4 theory question. Now we can easily say the trend. What happening in 3A, 3B? The 3A always came one problematic from chapter 3. 3B is always either theory or problem came from chapter 4. Are you okay? If you know this clarity about this subject, why we are learning, how which area is important. If you know that, automatically you have a that creates a interest on that subject. Mind automatically create. But if you don't know about the trends, so we will lose our interest on the subject. Very clear? So if you know this trend, you can feel, yeah, it's easy comparing to all subjects. Yes or no, sir? Now, see, when it comes to question number 4, so chapter 2 problematic, chapter 2 problematic, chapter 2 problematic, chapter 2 problematic. Yes, when it comes to the reality, chapter 1 problematic. When it comes to reality, so keep this point in your mind. I will show question paper what question they ask. You can answer or not. You say after the seeing the question paper. Just focus on this. Chapter 1 problem. Okay. Expected is not match. Okay. Now when it comes to 4B, chapter 4 problem, chapter 4 problem, chapter 4 problem, chapter 4 problem. When it comes to reality also chapter 4 problem. Are you okay? Now when it comes to chapter question number 5A, it came from fifth question onwards, it came from business valuation. Now the expectations are 5th chapter problem, 6th chapter problem, 5th chapter problem, 5th chapter problem. Are you clear? There is a 1 year they changed They asked a question from chapter 6 instead of chapter 5, but this attempt they asked the same pattern, chapter 5 problem only. Next, 5b, chapter 6 problem, 6 problem, 6 problem, 6 problem. Yes, reality also chapter 6 problem. Next, when it come to question number 6a, chapter 7, chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 6. We can't predict, it will be shuffle. It came from either chapter 7 or chapter 6. Next, question number 6b, chapter 7, chapter 7, chapter 7. Yes, chapter 7. I already said from chapter 7 you will get how many questions? 2 questions. Next, when it come to chapter number question number 7a, 7b, they came from chapter number 8, sir. Undoubtedly. What's the chapter number 8? Chapter number 8. Very, very important chapter. Are you clear? You will get 3 questions on an average. 2 questions same. Next, when it come to question number 8a, 8b. So, chapter 8, chapter 8, 6 or 7. It's a case study sometime. So, in this question number 8a, we plan the choice. Why? Because there is no predictable trend. Sometimes they will ask chapters 8, sometimes they will ask chapter 6 or 7, sometimes they will ask a case study. Next, when it come to question number 8b, chapter 7b or 8 or 8 or 8. But in last attempt, they asked from chapter number 7. So, these are the question paper trends you are receiving from last 4 attempts. Are you okay? Now, let us watch our June 25 question paper. I think this is your first class, right? You can easily answer one question without SPMBV class. So this question number 2a came from chapter 2. Question number 2b came from chapter number 1. So I think in your foundation level you learn these 3 points or 2 points, productivity and efficiency. In economics, there is a topic name called productivity and efficiency. Okay, done. So I said now, so you already know that what is the mean for total cost and what is the mean for total revenue as per economics. But they all express us in numericals. But in a final standard, they will express us in equation mode. You have to convert that. Next, I said now 3b, chapter 4 theory question. Chapter 4, you can listen here. You can observe. What is the requirement? What is the requirement? Return on capital employed, asset turnover ratio, current ratio, inventory turnover ratio, capital gearing ratio, dividend coverage ratio, PE ratio. I hope you know all except that capital gearing ratio. Yes or no, sir? Yeah, December also same question. CMA enter, yeah. Are you clear, sir? For this, you don't focus on that trend. Sir, you said the trend is a 4B problem, 4A is a 2B problem. But here, it came from where I know, where I don't know. That's illogic. So generally, that area is allocated for question number, chapter number 2A, DuPont analysis. What is the DuPont analysis? Return on equity. That is also be what? Ratio, no? But instead of one ratio, they consider how many ratios? 7 ratios. Are you clear, sir? Yes, we have a chapter, financial analysis. Under financial analysis, we will learn all ratios. So wait. So this is our 5th chapter. So see, financial statement analysis. These are only the ratios. Are clear, sir? Now, so this is about the analysis, chapter list, and question paper trends. I think you understand well about the chapter list. First thing, sir, if you learning something in a subject point of view, as a student, you have to understand one thing. You need not to remember the chapter names. But no, there is a no student knows all subjects chapters. At least if you not follow the order, just understand how many chapters is there, what they talks about. If you know the chapter name, how you decide which this question came from this chapter? At least if you know the chapter name, you can understand, okay, this question came from that chapter. On that chapter, I learned this ratio analysis. Yes, I think it's based on ratio analysis. Or on that chapter, I learned capital budgeting, like NPV calculation. If you know this question came from capital budgeting, automatically you think that in capital budgeting, what are the things I learned? NPV, IRR, etc., etc. If you don't know about the chapter name, how you decide this question came from which area? Yes or no, sir? In SPMBV, it's easy to keep that names in mind, sir. Only 9 chapters is a SPM point of view. You have to learn that introduction to performance management and improvement tools and improvement and measurement and improvement tools. And the third one is economic efficiency. And the fourth one is enterprise risk management. When it comes to valuation, fundamentals of valuation, methods, valuation of assets and liabilities, and mergers and acquisition, and law and compliances. Are you clear? Yeah. So now I start with myself DQ Nawin. Okay, I am a SPMBV faculty. Clear, sir? Now without late, we are entering into chapter 5. Fundamentals of business valuation. So here one point I need to intimate to all students, sir. For this 3 or 4 days, you will not get physical copy of a material because there is a few issues in my side. So there is a no completion of the MCQs and case study. Due to that, print is not completed. So with just 3 or 4 days, you will receive physical copy of materials. Up to that 3 to 4 days, I will share this chapter 5 practical PDF and theory PDF as well as notes. Are you clear? Done. Now when it comes to fundamentals of business valuation, okay, tell me what does it mean for valuation in general motive or general point of view? Forget about the books, etc., etc. As your point of view, you so many times you listen that word valuation. You don't have any value. You are waste. Yes or no, sir? You are not waste, sir. That kind of words we listen from our parents, our friends, our society, right? So that kind of examples I required now. What's it mean for valuation? Or you think human have a valuation? Human being have a valuation? Or you are thinking human being have a value, certain value? Yes or no, sir? Reply me. Yes. Then tell me how much. What is the worth of human? Unpredictable. Wow. Yeah. That much of worth you are for your parents. Yes, good. I want in a numerical point of view, not in your emotional point of view. Emotions and affections are not boxed in our SPMBV class. Yes, there is a value for the human being, sir. So you need to agree for those two things. Yes or no? First thing, what he said is right. What he said is, I'm unpredictable. So unpredictable means we can't ascertain. We can't ascertain how much he was. But when it comes to reality, as a valuationer, if you're a CEO or if you're a management or if you're a head of the department ask about the valuation, you have to say, okay. So there is a certain things to calculate human valuation, not depends upon the total body, it depends upon the parts of the body. Heart have some value, brain have some value, they all are saleable. Yes or no? Na? Your parents' point of view are not saleable. That's why unpredictable. Okay. But when it comes to the reality, all parts are saleable. So if it has a saleable means it have a what value? Sale value. You have to ascertain that sale value. That is nothing but valuation. Very clear? Someone ask, please give me your brain for 10 rupees. Yes sir, no sir. If they ask for 10 rupees, are you ready to give that brain to somebody? No, no. But when it come to, it is a important thing. After death of the person, after the death of the person, few people are voluntarily give their body parts to free of cost. Some are they will charge money. Their family charge money. Very clear. At the time of charging money, they need to know the value, right? Yes or no? For the purpose, doctor will do the valuation of your brain and your heart and your eyes. Are you okay? When it come to here, there is a subject to conditions. You don't have any bad habits, your body need to be healthy, then only they will consider all those things. That's a realistical or a body point of view calculations. I think I seen a post in Instagram that human body worth of 70 crore rupees, I think, all parts collectively. But no one is ready to sell their body parts. But and also I observed so many posts. My friend sold his kidney for iPhone purchase. Yes or no, sir? Down payment, loan payment, yeah, loan payment, and a lot of people in abroad countries they will sell their kidneys for iPhone purchase. Their sale means that kidney have a what price? Are you clear? Do you think the price and value are both are same? Do you think the price and value both are same? I want that point only. No, it depends. If a purchaser required kidney immediately, automatically seller can change their value. Very clear? But can't change the price. Very clear, sir? Price purely depends upon the demand and supply. But when it comes to valuation, not depends upon the value, demand and supply. It depends upon the circumstances. Are you okay? Okay, done. It's a just for understanding purpose only I take in body valuation, sir. Not happening in reality. Okay, don't focus on that body valuation. Just focus on the valuation definition given in our material. Are you okay? Now, entire that example, I understand one thing. The meaning of valuation means find outing or ascertaining or estimating something. Are you understand? Find outing or estimating or ascertaining something. That's simple definition we have. Ascertaining something is known as valuation. Now, if you break down that sentence, the word is there, something. That something is there nothing but either asset of the company or investment of the company or entire value of the company. Are you clear? If you read this sentence fully, ascertaining value to business or investment or a plant and machinery or a liability of the company or an entire organization with the help of different methodology is known as. That's it. Guys, clear? Now you know already business definition. You know already asset definition. You know already plant and machinery definition. You know already investment definition. Here I don't want about the nature. I want about the value. I want about the what, sir? Value. Clear, sir? Now another doubt I have, sir. Do you think valuation is the same as same? I will same as two persons. For example, your company have a one CMA qualified CFO. Are you clear? You are ready to sell your company to another party. As a owner will ask you, what is the value of our company to sold? Yes or no? Na? As a CMA qualified, you are doing a valuation with help of your knowledge and the practical skill and etc. etc. Purchaser company also have a CFO, na? You also qualified CFO, na? CMA, na? Yes or no, sir? Now my doubt is, two people think same way or a different way. That's why valuation is a subjective concept. Valuation is a what concept? Subjective concept. What's the mean for subjective concepts? Valuation is differ from valuer to valuer. Purchaser company will always thinking that I want that property for less money. Selling company valuation always thinks that I want more money for sale of that property. Yes or no, sir? That's why the gap is came. This all said in our material. This all are said in our material. But when it comes to the reality, no one is ready to use the methodologies to calculate valuation. So how many of you watching Shark Tank? Shark Tank. If you learn Shark Tank, you can directly answer the all questions in business valuation. The entire show run on the word called valuation. Very clear, sir? They need investment, sir. They need investment. If they need investment, mean they will ask to the some persons in that stage. All are qualified. All are have a practical exposure. Or they are ready to give how much they party ask money, or they will calculate each and everything. They will calculate each and everything. They will quote another price. Very clear. Now host will say one price and participant will ask some money. They will both are doing a negotiation in the entire show. No, I am not ready to sell. No, I am not ready to purchase. If you give, they will give a counter offer. If you are ready to sell for this much of money, I will purchase, I will invest. That participant will say, I am not ready to that much, but I will agree for your decision and conditions you said. I will reduce 5%. They will ask for, they will said 100%. They will ask for 80%. He was not ready to sell for 80%. They will reduce 5%, means they will ready to sell 95%. That entire show running on that only. At the end of the time, they will meet one point called 90%. Then only they will invest. Are you clear, sir? Now the point you understand that show. The point you understand that show is valuation is a differ from person to person. Is the first point. Next, the transaction between the two people are not doing the price and value calculation. So price is different, value is different. If you are using a word called price, means it depends upon the demand and supply of the product. Very clear? So take another example to understand. So you all know the recent broadcast of Vijay Mallya. You anyone watch the broadcast of Vijay Mallya? So okay, done. RCB wins cup. After winning the RCB, there are two things are trended. One is Hisala Cup Namade. Yes or no? The second thing is Kingfisher Tower building. There is a Vijay Mallya building in Kingfisher Towers at the top of the 17th floor. Are you clear, sir? Now, due to default of financial default, government taken that property and they sold for, I think, Wipro company at the rupees of 140 crore rupees. 140 crore rupees. Now, I am ready to purchase that building for 80 crore rupees only. Government quoting that the worth of the property we are ready to sell for 100 crore rupees. But as a one of the party, I am ready to purchase only 80 crore rupees. But that Wipro company purchased for 140 crore rupees. What happening in this scenario means, so you need to understand the deep insights. What is the purpose they are purchasing? What is the purpose they are purchasing? I am purchasing for residential purpose. Very clear, sir? That's why even the government quoting 100 crore rupees, my quotation is less than that 100 crore rupees. But when it comes to Wipro, they are ready to use that building for business purpose. That's why even the government quoting 100 crore rupees, they will ready to spend how much? 140 crore rupees. Now you can observe, so that 100 crore rupees is known as price. That 80 and 140 is there now. That is called valuation. It change differ from the situation to situation. Are you clear, sir? These are the basic stuff regarding to valuation theory. You have any doubts on that basic stuff, you can ask me. Simply one sentence, we will conclude that valuation. Valuation is nothing but finding or ascertaining or estimating of asset, investment, building, entire business, or liabilities, etc. with the help of different methods. Are you okay? Now, write down. Let us check with the comments what happening here. Gopi Raju, sir, please check your gadget, sir. Valuation is the analytical process of determining fair value of an asset, company, or a security using models based on income, market, or asset based. Just write down this definition. I will give clarity for each and every word. So valuation is the analytical process of determining the current, that is nothing but fair value of an asset, a company, or a security using models based on the income, market, or asset based. Are you clear? Okay, done. So let us decode the, let us take some example. For example, what's your name? Rohit. Rohit, I want to purchase this Shikara tutorials. As you are the owner. What is the value of the Shikara tutorials? How you decide the value? Two questions. What's the value? Second thing, how you decide? This shares, camera, Mac, tabs, it tabs, personal, faculty personals. As a owner, you need to know first what's your organization properties and what's your what's the faculty property. Yes or no, na? If you're doing a valuation, you need to understand which are the my properties, which are the not my properties. Then only we can decide the value. What's your name? Jam. Are you agree for his statement? He was a value based on chairs and inputs here. You can say in Telugu. No issue. In market goodwill, okay, as well as chairs. Are you consider the chairs or not? That's my point. Are you consider the chairs, camera, Mac, and this TV and ACs? Okay, you will consider this as well as goodwill in the market. Investment made by the parties, okay, based on capital. Yes, these all are methods in valuation, but which one is the right method you have to choose. What you said is individual methods: goodwill valuation, asset valuation. Are you clear? And future cash inflow calculation. These all are the different methods we have. My question is, out of this, which one is the best for your organization? Sir, you already said Shikara have a goodwill, right? Shikara goodwill is 25 CR in the market. How much is the worth of these assets and TV, MacBook, camera, sir? Has it logic to value based on this assets valuation? Yes or no? No. It's not. It's a illogic. We can't determine that value that much of reliability. Okay. Now, which one is reliable? Goodwill. Yes or no? Yes. So, okay. I will extend that from goodwill to some more extent. If I am a owner of the Shikara tutorials, I am using future cash inflows. I will estimate how many students is there. I will forecast in future how many students will came, how much fees they pay, how much cost happening in the organization for every year. I will convert that future economic benefit into present value. Are you clear, sir? After converting the future economic benefit into present value, I will reduce cost I am incurring for faculty salary, for maintenance, etc., etc. If you remove the cost, after I will get a positive cash inflows, I will give my institute for that much of money. Yes or no, sir? It's called discounted cash flow method. Discounted cash flow method. What you said as a goodwill is that is called assets valuation method, net assets valuation method. Are you okay? So even though there is no proper word, we are not use that word called net assets. It's called goodwill valuation. Just simple. Not a net assets, goodwill valuation. Okay. I forgot it. What's your name? Rohit. If you have an organization, it's a steel manufacturing company. It's a steel manufacturing company. Now you are ready to sell because of a lot of things happening in your life. You are ready to sell that company to third parties. Without knowing the value, are you sell? Are you knowing the value, then you sell? Knowing the value, then you will sell. Yes or no? Na? Now, how you know your company value? You are a manufacturing company. Based on the super. Next. In balance sheet, what they have, you have. Yes. What you said in the organization point of is wrong. Assets. But when it comes to manufacturing company, which is relevant? Assets valuation. Very clear, sir? So depends upon the organization, valuation principles will be changed. For it's a service sector, we can't use the assets valuation. Why? Because the goodwill more value than the assets. For example, TCS company is there. What is the assets they have? ACs, systems, chairs. Are you okay now? But when it comes to your steel manufacturing company, what you have? Big machineries. Plant and the word we are using, plant and machinery. The word plant and machinery, the balance sheet value shows the 2 crores, 5 crores, 10 crores. Are you clear? Out of that all assets, you will reduce your liabilities. What liabilities? All liabilities, only current liabilities. Only current liabilities. Only current liabilities. Are you clear? You will get an answer name called net assets. You are doing a valuation based on what, sir? Net assets for manufacturing entities. Are you okay? Now, okay, sir. My accountant not prepared balance sheet, sir. What you said, okay, sir. If you have a balance sheet, based on that, I can do assets valuation. My accountant lazy than me. He was not prepared proper balance sheet. Now how? Valuer don't have that much of practical experience, right? Your CFO joined just last year. Then how to you value? Now you can take the goodwill. Can you consider the goodwill for that manufacturing company? You can consider, but you need to understand the word called relevance. Sir, we can do valuation with help of goodwill, sir, but not that much of relevant. Now, how you decide? When you are using the method, you have to check that relevant or not for that organization. Very clear? Now, goodwill is sufficient or relevant for service sector companies. Everyone will agree for that. But when it comes to the manufacturing company, we can do valuation with help of goodwill, but it's not relevant. That much of relevant. Are you clear now? Now my question is, I don't have a proper balance sheet. I am a manufacturing company. Goodwill and intangible things are not relevant. How to value? How to value? You know how to value. Yes, exactly. Compare with the other companies. Don't use the word called other companies. Use the word called similar companies. Hope you guys you understand clearly. If you don't have a proper financial information, you can do valuation with help of what, sir? Similar company comparables. Then go and download a similar company balance sheet in Google. Then do valuation. Yes or no, sir? Every company balance sheet available in Google except my company, except our company. Clear? Done. Now, so hope you guys you clearly understand the words of models based on what, sir? Income, market, asset based. What you said in last similar company, that is nothing but market. What you said in a discounting based on the future, income. What you said net assets, that's called asset based. You are doing a valuation for what? I can do valuation for everything in my company. Either it may be asset or entire company or security. So what does it mean for valuation? It is a determining the fair value. Can I use a word called current value? Yes or no? Can I use a word called present value? That much of detailing we have in our definition. Clear, so? Done. Now, after the definition, you have to focus 3 important points. Focusing points on valuation. The first focus point is valuation is subjective concept. What concept, guys? Subjective concept. What's the mean for subjective concept? It differ from valuer to valuer. Are you agree for that word subjective? Why? Why? Why it's differ from person to person? It mean valuer to valuer. For example, he was his company CFO. I am my company CFO. I have what are the professional qualification I have? I can't expect same from him. Yes or no, sir? What are the experience I have? I can't expect same from him. Either it may be more experience or less experience. Are you okay? Now the subjective concept because of skill and knowledge, experience, professional qualification or qualification. Are you agree for this? Why it's a subjective concept means what is the reason for the subjective? The persons have a different skills and different knowledges. The person have a different experiences. The person have a professional qualification differently. So few people are MBA graduates act as a CFO. In few companies CMA or CA act as a CFO. Both have a same knowledge or different knowledge. That's why valuation also different. Are you clear now? Second important point you have to focus. Valuation is done at point of time. Valuation done at point of time. Anyone? Do you know the meaning of point of time? At the time when valuation is required. Okay, you it's a right only, but we can change that sentence some more extent. We're not doing valuation regularly. We're not doing valuation regularly. We're doing a valuation at a point of time. That's she said. What she said, when it's required, then only we will do valuation. Guys, clear, sir? Are you okay? Now, here is a point of time are classified into two concepts. The time is classified into two concepts. I think you learned in your foundation. Flow concept, stock concept. Flow concept and stock concept. What's it mean for flow concept? Transaction happening in regular intervals is known as flow concept. The transaction happening at point of time is known as stock concept. You can easily you can take an example to understand this some more clearly. P&L is an example for flow concept. Balance sheet is an example for stock concept. What's the heading for balance sheet? Balance sheet as on date. Balance sheet as on date. It means they will prepare only on the date only. Guys, clear? But there is no specification of that word in a P&L point of view. Clear? So if you want cancel here, take here. So here point of time means what? Flow concept or stock concept? There is a chance of getting MCQ, sir. If you want a clarity about the flow and the stock, down arrow mark, write down the meanings. Flow concept means transaction happening at regular intervals. Flow concept means transaction happening in regular intervals. Flow concept means transaction happening in regular intervals. Stock concept means transaction happening at point of time. Transaction happening at point of time. Transaction happening at point of time. Is completed. Now, another important point you have to understand for focusing on valuation. In valuation, price is differ from value. Prices differ from value. Prices differ from value. Got ma? Okay, done. What the sentence saying that price and value both are same or different? Different. So I think you know you learned a thing called water diamond paradox theory in foundation economics. Okay, we will change that example into our standpoint of view. Sham, after completion of CMA, he got married. He planned honeymoon in Goa. Are you clear, sir? Not go. Are you ready? The Goa, Coimbatore. Huh? Okay, he was a plan in Coimbatore. It's not relevant. I planned example, man. I'm not asking about you. I'm not asking about your sir. Coimbatore, Goa, Coimbatore. Okay, done. Your point of view, Coimbatore is a rich state, a rich district. Anyway, when it comes to Goa, they planned for Goa. In Goa, he was ready to surprise her with a diamond ring. Are you clear, sir? So just after 5 minutes, there is a tsunami in the beach. So the tsunami is came. All shops will destroyed, and now he had only two things. One is in this shop. In this shop, when he asked a water bottle. Are you clear, sir? Before tsunami, what is your expected price of water bottle? 20 rupees. After tsunami, 1000 or 2000. Anything can be happen. If they ask for 20,000, if it's required, you have to pay. Are you clear now? Now you can observe the two things. Initially, water is a less price. Diamond has a high price. Now, yes or no, sir? So that's called water diamond paradox theory. And that they saying clarity. price depends upon the value in exchange. Price depends upon the value in exchange. Value depends upon the value in use. Now you can take in a water bottle. Based on use, the price what happen? Changes. Now see, when it come to price, depends on what, sir? Value in exchange. Now value is depends upon value in use. That's why I said that Vijay Mallya building, even though the price is 100 crores, I quoted just 80. Wipro quoted 140. Depends upon the usage, what happen? Price changes. That's why they call value. Are you clear, sir? Sir, how I decide price? Sir, price decide based on demand and supply. Price will fix based on what, sir? Demand and supply or usage? Demand and supply. If your product have a high demand, as a manufacturer, what you do? You will increase your selling price. If product have a don't that much of demand, it means more supply, less demand. So for selling that unsold stock, you are reducing the price. Are you clear, sir? Here I am not using a word called usage. It purely depends upon the market forces called demand and supply. Now when it come to value, so how you find out the value means it's based on benefit we receive. Yes or no, sir? How you decide value? So if I used that building for residential purpose, I don't have any benefit from that. That's why I'm quoting less prices. Wipro, they're ready for construction of office. They have a what? Benefit. That's why they will quoting high prices. So based on benefits we receive, calculation purpose we are using economic value added. Or market value added. Economic value added or market value added. Sir, how with what kind of calculation we are using for price determination means there is a concept name called price mechanism. There is a concept name called price mechanism. Sir, what is mean for price mechanism? See, if demand is greater than supply, price increase or decrease? Demand is more, supply is less. Whom point of view? Customer point of view or seller point of view? Business always seller. We are doing a valuation under business point of view only. Clear, sir? Now, if supply is greater than demand, as a owner, what you do, you will reduce the price for getting a more benefits or minimizing the loss. Are you clear, sir? So this is the concept. Point C, you have to keep in your mind doing a valuation. So we are not calculating price, we are calculating. Yes, that's the point you have to understand. Sir, clear, sir? Done. So, okay, take some examples to understand. Which company it is? Which company it is? Ola. Okay, done. The purpose is startup valuation. The purpose is startup valuation. They're doing a value. They're finding out the value. So if you're listing your company in startup list, you have to quote your company valuation, right? For the purpose, Ola company done a valuation. So Ola company done a valuation of a worth of rupees 7 billion dollars. $7 billion. For find outing this $7 billion, they used a concept name called discounted cash flow method. What method they used, sir? Discounted cash flow method. Even though they are a electric bike manufacturer, they have a balance sheet. Even though they have balance sheet, what kind of methodology they used for calculation? They decided 7 billion USD is a valuation. Now the question is how you decided is a question. Which method they used for valuation? Discounted cash flow method. Please relate these examples to your above discussion part. Okay. Now, which company it is? Recently they come for IPO. If they wanna come for IPO, they need to know the worth of them, na? If they know the worth of them, then they will decide how much requirement from the public. Yes or no, sir? For the purpose, what they need to do? They need to do valuation. If there is a no IPO, there is a no name of valuation. Why they're doing a value of their company? Why they're doing a value of their company? Because the purpose of IPO. Because the purpose of what, sir? IPO. Okay, done. Now they've done a valuation 13 billion 13 USD. 13 billion USD. Sir, how they decided this 13 billion USD? Which method they used remains? Market multiples. What, sir? Market multiples. What's the market multiples? They compare with the similar companies. Who's a similar company for Zomato? Are you clear, sir? Swiggy only. If you use the word called Blinkit, is a wrong answer. Why? Because there is a two types of segments in the business: e-commerce, quick commerce. Are you clear, sir? When it comes to e-commerce, it's just online mode of business. See, we are using mobile phones, we're doing buying and selling. But when it comes to the quick commerce, they will reach out to you within 10 or 5 minutes. Blinkit, all kind of etc. They are covered under quick commerce. Quick commerce is a part of the e-commerce. Both are not same. Are you clear, sir? So for the purpose of valuation, they done their company value of rupees 13 billion USD. 13 billion USD. How they calculated means they calculated with help of market multiples. What's the mean for market multiples? They consider the information from similar companies in the market. Okay. Now, I hope you all know this. What this? Meta. So name changed. Facebook name changed to Meta. Meta acquires Instagram. Meta acquires Instagram. Now tell me, Berk will purchase that Instagram. How much they set by Instagram owners, or he will decide the price? Jock Berg is there, na? He will purchase for what the price he knows, or he will calculate and they will compare with the negotiations. Compare with the negotiations. Yes or no, sir? Without knowing the value, we are not ready to purchase, we are not ready to sell. That's the basic thing you have to understand. Purchaser need to know the value. Seller also need to know the value. If they out of two persons they don't know the value, there is a not a proper value, there is a no proper transaction. It is, they said in there is one of the name called arm's length transaction. What's it mean for arm's length transaction? Fair value. Transaction need to be done at what value? Fair value. If you know the fair value, if you understand the definition of fair value, first you have to value yourself. Are you clear, sir? Now done. Now Meta or Facebook acquires Instagram. acquired Instagram for rupees of 1 billion USD. 1 billion USD. Now, how they decide this 1 billion USD means they used discounted cash flow method. What's the mean for discounted cash flow method? What is the discounted cash flow method? They estimating from Instagram how much future revenue will be generated. They're converting that future into present value. Out of that, they reduced present cost of investment or the amount they will receive. If it is a positive, they will agree to buy. If it is not a positive, they will not ready to purchase. Yes or no, sir? Yes or no? Okay, done. Which company it is? HDFC. So HDFC done a valuation for the purpose of partners issue. It's not a proper reason. Just I am explaining understanding purpose. HDFC bankers are value their company for what, sir? Partners issue. So if there is a partners issue, the living partner will ask their share now. If you want to settle their share, first of all you need to know the value. That's the purpose. You need to value, right? For example, the valuation is 25 million USD. 25 million USD. Now the reality fact. So 25 million is a rough amount, sir. HDFC used a concept name called PB ratio. What ratio? PB ratio. The word PB ratio represent price to book value ratio. Price to book value ratio of ICICI Bank. Of what, sir? ICICI Bank. Can I decode that example? HDFC Bank don't have a proper financial statements. That's why they consider ICICI Bank information for the purpose of valuation. Are you clear? Here two topics are completed in this example. That's why I explained this all examples. Now every student need to understand without purpose I can't do what? Valuation. If there is a purpose only, I will do valuation. Now what is the purpose here? Startup purpose, startup list purpose. What's the next one? IPO. What's the next one? Acquired. What's the next one? Partners issue. After knowing the purpose, you have to use any of the methods you have. You have a multiple methods. You have to choose one method, which one is relevant for you. Now you can observe discounted cash flow method, market multiples, again discounted cash flow method, again PB ratio. I said you have a multiple methods. Out of that, which one is suitable, you have to decide. Are you clear? Now put a heading, purpose of valuation. Put a heading, purpose of valuation. Write down the list. The first one is mergers and acquisition. At the time of merger or acquisition, selling company need to know the value of their company. Purchaser company also need to know the selling company. Are you agree for this? Listen what I said. Selling company need to know the value of their company. Purchaser company need to know the value of selling company. Guys, clear? Not purchasing company. That's clarity you have to maintain. Purchaser need to know the how much worth I need to buy. Seller need to know the how much worth it is to sell. Guys, clear? Next, after mergers and acquisition, liquidation or insolvency. Charge completed. That's why I'm not writing. The third reason, trade disputes. Trade disputes. The fourth reason, not reason, purpose. Not reason, purpose. Can I take an example? IPO. If company went for IPO, they need to know the worth of their company. Yes or no, sir? IPO. Next, business reconstruction. Business reconstruction. Business reconstruction. Business reconstruction. So just this all are for MCQ purpose. And also foundation to your evaluation. If you have a strong foundation, we can do anything, any problem. Next, any other reason? Anyone? These are the general reasons everyone knows. Apart from this, you have any other purposes to do valuation of your company? Yes, karo. Buyback. At the time of buyback, if I want to purchase reverse my shares, I need to calculate how much worth it is. Then only I can offer that price. Yes or no, sir? Done. Any other? Think. Any other? Sir, I already said now merger and acquisition both. First point only it's a merger and acquisition. Are you returned the word liquidation and solvency? Is it are you thinking it is a purpose to value at the time of liquidation and solvency? Simply, if you are settled to something at the time of liquidation, how you settle without knowing the value? Yes or no, sir? Now write it down. Estimate planning. Not estimating, estate planning. Estate planning. So forefathers are sharing their properties to their family persons now. For example, your grandfather sharing their property to you. Yes or no? If you want to share, if they share in indifferent values, are you agree? If you have a 4 members, one person receive, your father have a 100 crore rupees of worth of property. 4 members is there. One person receive 50 crore, another person receive 30 crore, remaining 2 person receive 10 crore, 10 crore. That last 2 persons are they are agree? Second person is not agree. Even though he receive 30 crore. Yes or no, sir? For the purpose, the 100 crore is there now. If you know the value, then you can divide it with 4. It can easy. That's called estate planning. Next, are you recorded trade disputes? Yeah, these are the things. These are the purposes. We are doing a what? Valuation. Hope you guys you understand the examples also. You can observe startup valuation, IPO situation, acquiring situation, and partners issue. Trade disputes is nothing but partners issue. Reconstruction is there now. Startup valuation. Are you okay now? Done. Okay, wait. My pencils are fully charged. So what's the concept name? Purpose of valuation. Please give me the list. First one. Mergers and acquisitions. What's the second purpose? Liquidation or insolvency situation. These all are situations, right? Next, trade disputes. Next, IPO, initial public offer. Business. Business reconstruction situation. Next, what's sir? Buyback of shares. Estate planning. Estate plan. After purpose of valuation, you have to learn point D, methods of valuation. What sir? Don't write. Methods of valuation. Already you learn few methods based on the examples I told. So tell me what are the methods you already listened? Discounted cash flow method, market method, asset method. Next, PB, price to book value. Yes or no, sir? Before deciding the method, you have to understand the approach. You have three approaches in the market. One is income approach, another one is market approach, another one is cost approach. Now, based on these approaches, methods are classified. It's just names. You have to decide either any of the approach. On that approach, you have a multiple methods. On that multiple methods, you can decide which is relevant. Now, that's why methods of valuation is not a proper word. First, you have to understand what, sir? What? Methods of, valuation approaches. Now, when it comes to valuation of approaches, three types. One is market approach. The second one is income approach. And the third one, cost approach. Based on approaches, you have to decide the method. Why? Because each approach have a different methodologies. Let us check here. Don't write the notes. Just focus on this. After that, you can write your own. When it comes to market approach, you have a three methods. One is market price method. So don't expect any information for these methods. Entire chapter 6 talks about methods only. Entire chapter 6. The name of the chapter is Valuation Methods and Approaches. Very clear? Just write down the names, how they classified, how they came. That's enough. I will explain in detailing each and every point of that method in that chapter 6. So next, in this market approach, there is another method name called market, not market, company comparable multiples method. What's the name? It is company comparable multiples method. The word multiples represent ratio. The word multiple method, what's your ratio? PB is there na for HDFC valuation. What does it mean for PB? PB ratio. What ratio it is? PB ratio. MPS divided by BPS. MPS divided by BPS. Market price per share divided by book value per share. Ratio only na. Which company ratio? HDFC ratio or ICICI ratio? Company comparable multiples method. Company comparable multiples method. That's just required knowledge. Are you clear, sir? Now, the third method under market approach, company comparable transaction method. Or our guided transaction method. So I will give a clarity for this with example at the time of concept discussion. Just for now, your understanding purpose, you can think like this. For example, I started a one chatting app like similar to WhatsApp. Very clear? So in India, there is no similar companies to do valuation. Very clear, sir? If I have a similar companies, I can do with the similar comparables. If I don't have a similar comparables, as well as I don't have any balance sheet information, if I don't have any goodwill calculation, then I will choose that kind of transaction where it happens. Very clear? Even though WhatsApp is not in India, it will doing business on outside, same kind of transactions we are doing both. Are you okay? But if WhatsApp doing 100 rupees of transaction, my company will do just 5 rupees. Are you clear? Now I will do entire valuation for 100 rupees of the WhatsApp. I will discounting by 95%. What are the value I will get? I will assuming that that's my company value. Hope you guys you understand. That's called company comparable transaction method, is also be known as guided transaction method. Okay, done. What's the next approach we have, sir? Income approach. In income approach, we have two methods to do valuation. One is discounted cash flow method. What's the first method under income approach? Discounted cash flow method. Just for understanding purpose, what does it mean for discounting cash flow method? I am not using any assets. I am not using any intangible assets or tangible assets. I am using a word called revenue, not this year revenue, future revenue. The future value, today value is not same as per time value of money. That's why I'm converting that future economic benefit into present. That is the concept name called discounting cash flow method. Instead of revenue, you can use a word called what? Cash. Benefit only is nothing but either in the form of revenue, accrual concept as well as cash concept. If it's accrual concept, received and receivable. If it's a cash concept, only received. If you only received, I am using a word called cash. Guys, clear, sir? Done. The second method under income approach, earning capitalization method. So earning capitalization method. These are the two methods we have under income approach. Based on the relevance, you can choose on that income approach. If income approach is itself not relevant, then choose from market approach. Guys, you understand? First, you have to decide approach. On that approach, you have to check which method is relevant. If approach is irrelevant, then check or choose the other approaches. Are you okay? Now, when it come to the third approach, what's the third approach name? What's sir? Cost approach. Under cost approach also we have two methods. We have two methods. One is replacement cost method, and another one reproduction cost method. Replacement cost method or reproduction cost method. This all valuation were done based on asset point of view. So there is no problems regarding this cost approach in your SPMBV. Just they are classified approach and methods we have. Are you clear? Only one I consider one problem from old syllabus. Old syllabus, that to 2018. There is a one problem is there, indexation problem regarding to asset. That is a example for replacement cost method. Are you clear? Now there is no problems in your new material, but for understanding of the concept, I have a few numerical problems taken from the old syllabus. Don't worry, at the time of this replacement cost method and reproduction cost method, I will explain. Guys, clear, sir? So these are the approaches as well as these are the methods you have. Okay, so how many approaches you have, sir? Three approaches. What are the three approaches? Market approach, income approach, and cost approach. First, you have to decide method or approach. Approach. After deciding the approach, you have to choose method. If method is irrelevant, automatically approach also irrelevant only, na? Yes or no, sir? Now, or you can check like this. If market price method is irrelevant, then you can check remaining two methods are relevant or not. If out of two also not relevant, then entire approach is irrelevant. Guys, understand? Now, apart from this, few more methods is there. The one is net assets valuation. Net assets valuation. This net assets valuation not covered any approach. Understand my my point of view. Why I am explaining this much of clear means because of MCQ. They will ask discounted cash flow method covered under which approach? Yes or no, sir? Sometimes they will ask net assets approach covered under which approach? There is no proper approach for net assets. Are you okay now? Now, as you said, goodwill valuation, net assets valuation and goodwill valuation. And the next one is economic value added. And market value added. Economic value added and market value added method. You can put a heading specified and special methods. What's the mean for specified? What's the mean for specified, guys? If question paper itself says, you can follow what they say. That's nothing but net assets valuation, goodwill valuation, economic value added valuation, or market value added valuation. Remaining all these approach cases, you have to decide the approach. You can choose the method based on the information. Are you clear, sir? But specified methods, they will specifically say, I want this valuation as per net assets, or as per economic value added, or as per market value added, as per goodwill. Guys, clear? Done. The last discussion of the day, sir. Subjects, knowledge required for valuation. Subjects, knowledge required for valuation. When you're doing a valuation, tell me which kind of subjects knowledge you need. Yes, exactly. FM. Next, costing. Costing is not required. Here we are not doing any cost reduction or cost control or selling price determination or profit estimation. Objectives knows, that's enough. What's the costing objective? This only, na? Cost reduction, cost control, profit calculation, estimation, selling price determination. Where is the valuation? If you want a discounted cash flow method, you have to learn time value of money and capital budgeting. Yes or no, sir? That's why you required which chapter, which subject? Financial management. If you want to do value, you need first a max knowledge. Basic thing. Yes or no, sir? It's called spreadsheets. If you're doing in a computer, it's called spreadsheets. Okay. So if you need to analyze in our starting examples, it is a service sector, or it is a manufacturing sector, or it is a banking sector. You have to understand the business environment. That's why you have to learn SPM. Are you clear, sir? You saying that net assets, how it came? If prepared by accountant, you need a knowledge of accounts. I said the last chapter, law and compliances. Law and compliances. It talks about legality under law as well as taxation. If you're doing a valuation, it means if it's a overvalue, it's called capital gain, right? You have to pay tax. Yes or no, sir? So that's why these are the subjects knowledge you required for doing a valuation. Just for theoretically. Just for theoretically. When it comes to the reality, based on the problem, we will calculate. We are not using any SPM knowledge. We are not using any tax knowledge. We are not using any max. We are not using any FM. Why? Because they all already we knows. Are you clear, na? But when it comes to the subject point of view, this all you already know. Even though you know, you have to quote in MCQ point of view. What kind of subjects knowledge is required for evaluation? Means first I need to understand the business environment. That's why I have to study SPM. Second, I need a proper financial framework. So, that's nothing but P&L account and balance sheet. That's why I need to learn FR. We're in final standard, na? Financial reporting. Next, legality, law and direct taxation. For the purpose of discounting future growth, FM. This all done with the numericals. That's why I need to learn spreadsheets. That are the subjects you need to understand. You need to learn. I think you already learn. Are you clear, sir? Now please tell me the list, sir. First you have to understand what, sir? Business environment. For the understanding of business environment, you need to learn what subject? SPM. Next. What's the next one? Financial framework. So if you want to learn financial framework, which subject is the best one? What, sir? FR. If you want to learn legal issues in evaluation, for the purpose of legal issues in evaluation, which subject is give a proper solutions for that? Law and taxation laws, tax laws, tax laws. Next, discounting and discounting and future calculations, not discounting, present and future calculations. For the purpose of present and future calculations, which subject give you proper knowledge? Financial management. You can use the word SFM also, statistic financial management. For the purpose of calculation, in valuation, calculations also involved. For the purpose of calculation or spreadsheet. So if you do calculation in a computer, it's called spreadsheet, sir. You need to learn a chapter name called Max. That's why valuation is multidisciplinary nature. Valuation is a which nature, sir? Multidisciplinary nature. What does it mean for multidisciplinary nature? It's not a single subject, it is a collection of lot of subjects. Multidisciplinary. So these are the basic stuff relating to valuation, guys. Any doubt regarding today's session? Clear? Okay, done. So tomorrow we will start with the calculation part of fundamentals of valuation. Okay. That's it, guys. Today class. Just revise it once again. So just basic stuff is there. Nothing is more. Just we discussed the definition and focusing areas, focusing points, and next methods and the purposes and the subject knowledge required. This is the 5 points we discussed to today's session. Next class we talk about some fundamental base of the valuation, conditions, principles, assumptions we are following, and concepts. The concepts is nothing but methods. We already done now. Okay. So after that discussion, so all CMA interrelated topics I covered in this chapter. So you have to learn, you have to understand the cost of capital calculation, capital structure calculation. So you all, are you remember or you know cost of capital? You know, na? Okay, you can observe this. These are not created questions. They are these questions are taken from your board book only. KD calculation, KE calculation, beta calculation, WACC, weighted average cost of capital. I think you know this concept name called NOI, net operating income approach, net income approach, Modigliani-Miller approach. That kind of problems is there. Sir, why CMA inter is given? Sir, CMA inter itself, we done a valuation, sir. On that time, we don't know. What's the formula for KE? What's the formula for KE? Expected dividend divided by current market price plus growth. If it's a growth model. Yes or no, sir? If you shuffle that formula, can I find out the P naught? What's the mean for P naught? What is the definition? Go and check the definition. Our valuation definition. Doing of valuation of what on what? Assets, company. What's that? P naught is nothing but security valuation. We don't know that at the time. Are you clear? Done. So in NI approach, NY approach is there na. At the time of FM interlevel, we are calculating value of the firm. Value of the firm equals to market value of equity plus market value of a debt. Yes or no, sir? Now, what is the meaning of firm, sir? Meaning of the firm. Firm itself saying that company, entire. Valuation of what? Company. Clear? We done in interlevel only, but we don't know it is a valuation. Okay, guys? Thank you. So I will share these two materials and notes in our group 4 Telegram group, Shikra tutorials. So YouTube, or any doubts on the YouTube, students, about the 2-day session? Please respond. Aishwarya, what is the price? Okay. P naught means price. Okay. Then okay, guys. Thank you. Bye.